Today, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. And the Minnesota Vikings taking on Tim Boyle and the Green Bay Packers.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, we kick off the new year with an NFC North matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Joined by Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it is finally time to kick off another NFL regular season, folks. Here we go, and what a game we have to start, Charles. A rivalry showdown between the Packers and the Vikings, two teams who have really defined the NFC North for some time.
So let's face it, fans in Detroit, fans in Chicago don't want to hear it, but you nailed it because one of these two has won 13 of the last 15 NFC North titles. In Green Bay, they're on a 3-year streak with 13 wins in each of those seasons. The Packers are obviously heavy favorites, but if Minnesota can get above its 8 wins from last year, they've got a chance to challenge Green Bay for this division crown.
The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins is back for his 5th year as Minnesota. Fran Tarkenton in the late 1970s. He's been excellent during that time, making a 2nd Pro Bowl last season after 4,200 yards and 33 touchdowns through the air. The Vikings, though, still hovering right around 500 at that 8-win mark, hoping to see him lead a talented roster back to the postseason.
The Vikings here hosting Green Bay in the season opener, and they've got one of those quirks in the schedule that is going to work in their favor. They play all 3 of their division home games in the first 5 weeks of the year. After Green Bay today, they'll host Detroit in Week 3 and then Chicago in Week 5. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. To throw, Cousins. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as they'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Packer football here, 1st down and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by the former UConn and Eastern Kentucky quarterback. It's Tim Boyle.
This week, such an important one for his entire offense, but for him especially. He wants to start this new season off strong. He's got big plans for this year, wants it to be one where he finishes among the league's best while leading his team to the postseason. A strong opening week is a great start to that and can create momentum that carries over not just to next week, but the next few weeks as well. A rising tide.
He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1, a lot more to go. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Looking to throw. Boyle, a quick throw, but incomplete.
I don't see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On 4th down, Boyle.
Bull crap.
Complete, they cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. A first down throw for Cousins. Packer pressure, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Well, how about that? The defense's first sack. It doesn't come from one of the secondary.
Yeah, I think they caught the quarterback off guard a little bit because he wasn't able to account for the possibility of that blitz and change the blocking assignments. He comes through and puts him on the ground.
That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13. Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Throwing on first down. Boyle. Then he finds Beasley, complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Boyle. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. An inside give to Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off play action. Boyle rolling to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Operating from the gun, Boyle. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Go, Pack, go. Heck yeah.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Stupid
Aaron
Vikings.
Jones, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Packers go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Vikings head out to take over once again. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get in.
Ouch, you thought you had the defensive stand. Roughing the passer wipes it out.
What does every defense talk about? 3 and out, right? Thought they were able to get off the field. Not so.
Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 26. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They go play action. Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
Heck yeah.
Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Man, that song is
so, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. On play action, it's Rodgers. Crossing route, and he hits his man. It's Jones. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. To throw is Rodgers. Looking deep for Julio. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. He's got Tunyon complete over the middle. And the Packers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Well, the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time game. Trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Jordan Berry out to punt on 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense, trotting back out. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, he really doesn't
complain. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Rodgers now to throw. This one caught by Beasley. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now Rodgers. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Flush to his right. And an acrobatic catch there by Watkins. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 27. They go back to the ground with Jones. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Rodgers going to throw. Touchdown, Packers.
Go, Pack, go.
Josiah DeGuara. A 24-yard touchdown.
Hoorah.
As his guys are able to extend their lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in week 1 this year. And they will put the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. Coincidence? We'll let you decide. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 61 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Here's Cook again. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? is for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold onto the football while being jostled?
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On play action, Rodgers. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. With 3rd down coming up. The Packers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. Cole Beasley, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Man open, here is Jones. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 2 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. A give to Jones. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Jones. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. And Beasley with it over the middle. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line. That'll put him over 100 yards receiving now here in this first half of action. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he's got it. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Robert Tonyan. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it was Robert Tonyan capping it all off on the touchdown grab. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute, the Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. Right where this set of downs started, they need a misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. High throw, but he makes the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Rodgers now on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Well, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Rodgers again now. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. Escaping the pressure right. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will do it for this first on opening weekend. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Cook. Looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Trying to disrupt Julio Jones there, the intended target. A little too close, got the flag thrown.
I'm not sure anyone can cover Julio Jones one-on-one for very long without getting their share of pass interference calls. His size, his speed, his physicality makes it almost impossible to do.
And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. Oh, he fakes a spike.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. So now on fourth down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. This will be a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw complete there to Smith. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. They'll roll him out right. And that will be incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
This is taken at the 23. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Here's Watkins on the jet sweep. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Oh, thank you.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. got a man. It's Tonyan. And it's a Packers touchdown.
Go, Pack, go.
Robert Tonyan, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was Robert Tonyan capping it all off on the touchdown grab. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. Smith catches left side. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Jet sweep. Here's Watson. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
2nd down and 3. Now Rodgers. Flush to his right. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Over the middle, that's caught by Amari Rodgers. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Packers extend their lead yet again. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Complete. Smith has it. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
This is taken at the 15. The danger of a punt that good. A 16-yard return. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
Love going to give this one to Jones. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On play action. Love to throw. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing. Love. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. He's able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. It's a quarterback sneak. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. A couple extra tight ends are in. 3rd and goal from the 1. They'll try and sneak it here. And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. Jordan Love scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Packers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one.
He was in.
Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. On 4th down, Love. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Vikings, they come up big down near the goal line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. 81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. That throw here to his running back. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Cousins. And his throw here's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And that will be incomplete as well. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of...
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And they're going to speed things up here. Working out of the gun. Love. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal. Now Jones. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they... And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Packers keeping the offense out there now as he'll go for 2. Love throwing for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar. Has a way of catching up with you.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense.
Now Cook hit, and he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up inside the 20. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing, Cousins. Going right back to Wilson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down. To throw, Cousins. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Cousins' throw here going to be caught by Wilson. Touchdown, Vikings! Albert Wilson. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle, as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
He finds Watson complete. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Love now to pass on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. This is Jones. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Up the middle, Jones. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 148 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll go again to Jones. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Eluding the pressure right. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into week 2. This has been an impressive week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Cousins now. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. First down, here's Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Cousins now from the 50. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. 2nd and 11 now.
From the gun, here's Cousins. He's got Smith here.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. To the air again, it's Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23. Throwing is Cousins. And this one complete to Smith.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Packers, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast.